Welcome to the Truth to You Daily Podcast, a podcast designed for teenagers who want to learn more about God's Word and how it impacts our daily lives. Journey with us as we set out to explore God's timeless truth one day at a time. Hello and welcome back to the Truth to You Podcast. It is Saturday morning, which means that this is a Saturday sit down, and I have a very special guest here today, and I can't wait to introduce them to you. And today we are excited to have with us the one and only, the beautiful Miss Christina. Yes.
Hey there.
Yep, she's here, and we've been talking about this for a while, haven't we?
We have, and I'm really excited that we're finally sitting down and just going to talk about some fun stuff.
Right, and so we are going to be doing this periodically. We're sort of starting a new series. This is going to be called Everything in Between, because when we get up in the morning and we go to bed at night, there's a lot of stuff in between there, and we're sort of going to be all over the place at times, aren't we?
Yes, a lot of fun topics and I think just some helpful things as well.
Yeah. Now, we do have sort of a plan to keep us on track here so we don't get too abstract in our thoughts. But excited you're here. It's a Saturday, and who doesn't love Saturdays? And I don't know if you're chilling with a cup of coffee or you're, got your slippers on. I don't know what you're doing. But
in your bathrobe? Do teens wear bathrobes?
I don't know if they do or not.
That's a good question.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, let's go ahead and get right into this as we talk about a few things. Let's start off with this, and let's talk about what's been going on in our lives recently. Okay. What's been going on this past week? Why don't you tell the teenagers what's been going on with you?
Well, I guess it's technically 2 weeks ago, but we did have our teen retreat, which was a lot of fun. It was different than normal,
Very
of course.
Different. Yeah.
But I think it was just good for everybody to be together. I think we were all encouraged through the preaching and just the fellowship. And this past week, we did have a snow day, which was very nice. I do teach piano 2 days a week, and it just happened to fall on a day that I was teaching.
Right. So not much snow, but a snow day.
Hey, we'll take it. So that was great.
Yep. Yeah. Wow. I don't know where to start. It's been an awesome week, and I'm just overjoyed, ecstatic, because the team that I have supported all of my life, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, are in the Super Bowl, and I cannot be more. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
I'm just so excited. I wake up every day with a smile on my face, and I just want to wear Buccaneer colors.
Well,
yeah.
He recently bought some Buccaneer masks.
Yep. Wearing those and staying safe in COVID.
Some for our children.
Yep, they've got them, and you don't have one. Why don't you have one?
Well, it was the net gator thing. I prefer a regular.
All right.
Maybe if they win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, the regular masks were expensive, so we didn't go there. Okay.
I guess if they win this.
All right, so I'm excited about the Buccaneers, and then I started a home project on Monday or Tuesday, I guess it was, and I'm doing crown molding. For those of you who don't know what that is, if you look up in the top of your ceiling, right where the wall and the ceiling come together, a lot of times you'll see just special molding up there. Believe it or not, that has to be put up there. It just doesn't come with the walls. So I'm working on that, and it's pretty much the thickest molding you could possibly buy at the store, and so it's awkward and finicky at times. But
it's basically like nailing a board to your wall and ceiling.
Yeah, and then you cover up all the imperfections.
But it turns out nice.
Yeah, we're halfway through that right now, so that's a work in progress. But that's what's been going on here recently. So let's turn the corner here, and this next segment, we're going to talk about a quote or a biblical truth that's helped us recently. So why don't you go ahead, sweetheart?
So I would say that every year, I guess I try to find a verse or, just pray that God will, give me something sort of for the year. And this year he gave me Proverbs 16:3, which says, "Commit thy works unto the Lord, and thy thoughts shall be established." And I guess might just be my personality. I tend to have a lot of thoughts and desires. and just want to go in like 10 directions at one time.
Yeah.
But just committing this to a year of focus and committing my works to the Lord, and He will establish and He will show me specifically what I need to pursue in my life.
Yeah, that's excellent. That's excellent. Then I found a quote this week I want to share with you. This kind of goes along with the message I preached, those of you teenagers who were in the service on Wednesday night, just talking about God's goodness. And I love Jim Elliot. Any quotes I can find by him, any books that have been written about his life. Of course, he was a missionary that was killed by the Auca Indians. He lived relatively short time on the earth, but he was a writer, and we have a lot of his notes that have been written down and preserved. And he made this statement. I love this. "Oh, the fullness, pleasure, and sheer excitement of knowing God on earth." Yeah, I mean, that just says it all. I'm thankful for God's goodness. I'm thankful that He has given us a chance to know Him personally.
Yes.
And fullness, pleasure, sheer excitement comes out of that relationship. So that's the quote I wanted to share with you. Let's go into talk just for a second here as we go into this next segment and talk about what we're reading right now. We both enjoy reading. I think that you enjoy probably reading more than I do.
Yes.
And I would say that you're an avid reader. How many books did you read last year?
I want to say I got to 73.
70.
Actually, maybe it was just 70.
Okay.
Anyway,
all right.
I averaged it out. The past 5 years, I averaged 70 books a year.
I think go ahead.
It sounds like a lot, but I read on different multiple avenues. So I listen to books. I may read them on my phone as an ebook or a Kindle or a hard copy.
Yeah, and I think the only way that I could get to that many books is if they were kids' books. But I should probably... I don't set a goal of 70.
I do count books I read to the boys that are 100 pages or more.
Oh,
not
it's got to reach that
books,
criteria.
But, yeah.
Okay.
Or close to that.
All right, well, why don't you share with what are you reading right now?
Yeah, I've been working through a book called The Next Right Thing, and it's been very helpful and just some neat insight, and it's basically just different ways we can think about things to help us in our decision making, what is the next right thing in my life on a very practical level, and even just ways we need to think or change our thinking in certain ways. And just something I read recently that was really, I guess, impactful and just kind of made me stop and think. It was saying how when we walk into a room, instead of comparing ourselves with every person in that room or already thinking, I've made up my mind about everybody in here and, whether I think I'm inferior or superior, whatever. Mm-hmm. Rather thinking, how does God think about each one of these people?
That's good.
And, how can I connect with them in the way that God wants me to? Yeah. Thinking about connectedness rather than comparison.
Yeah, that's really good. And I think we've talked about before just how, when that plays out, it makes us less self-focused and
yes, definitely.
And I would say, as of course, we're talking to teenagers, mostly teenagers going to listen to this. When you walk into a room, so often we want people to come to us.
Yes.
We want to be that person that that people gravitate towards, and we have lots of friends, and then really we need to think of it another way. How can I not be blessed, but how can I be a blessing to others? And that takes courage.
Yeah.
Sometimes we don't have that, but it just encourages teenagers to expand your social. I don't know what the word is. Interaction.
The way you think about it, and really getting your focus off of yourself and onto other people. And
it's good. And we have some teens that do an excellent job at this. I mean,
we do.
I don't want to mention any because I'd probably leave people out and they get mad and never listen to podcasts again, right? So, all right. So what am I reading? I'm reading 2 books right now. I'll pick one. I'm reading a book called Mindset, and it is not a Christian author. I chew the meat, spit out the bones, and it's a lot of it's good though. And what I'm reading, it's all centered around this idea of a fixed mindset versus a growth mindset. And just very quickly, a fixed mindset is the mindset that says I'm not good at that, I can't do that, I'm not talented in that way, that's not my thing. Whereas a growth mindset says, hey, I can grow in that area. If I work hard, I think I can accomplish that. It's sort of a divided between a positive mindset and a negative mindset. But a lot of times we put ourselves in a box and we don't give ourselves the opportunity to grow in those ways. And so this is just a great book talking about the ins and outs of that. And you lay your relationship with God on top of that type of thing, and you see that, well, I can grow because, number one, I'm a child of God and He can help me. And so whether it's academics, whether it's something that I'd like to do a better job at, the Lord can help me to do that. So I'm enjoying the book. It's good. It's got some great parts. So I'm thankful for that. Let's go to random revelations. Random revelations. Okay, this is just things that are random that maybe we've realized about ourselves. Random revelations, whatever.
And
another
R word.
Alliterate it there, but recreation. What's something random about yourself that you've noticed recently, or you've been thinking about?
So I would say I've known this about myself probably ever since I was a teenager. However, it just came to mind again today, but something I'm bad at, actually.
Ooh.
And I am bad at parking our car.
I've been waiting for this moment for you to realize that. I've noticed for all these years.
Yes,
no, I'm just kidding.
You know that. I go over the line, I'm on the line, I'm crooked.
Yeah.
I only park our car. I only park our car in our garage, our 2-car garage.
Yeah.
With 1 car. I need lots of space.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, that's all right, because in the growth mindset,
yes,
you can be better.
I can get better at parking, which I try.
You do, and you're not as bad as you think you are. Okay.
You.
Random realization about myself. I like candles.
Yes.
In fact, what's funny is we're recording this, and she asked me what are you doing, and I'm getting a candle and I'm lighting it. So we have a candle here. It's vanilla scented candle, soy blend. Vela. Oh, that's the Spanish part there.
Oh, dear.
Okay. Huntington Home is that. So anyway, I like candles, and
I think it comes out more in the fall and winter. You like the coziness and the ambiance of warmth.
Right, and then I can just roast marshmallows anytime that I'm over a scented candle. I don't think you're supposed to do that. But anyway, that's something random I've realized about myself over the years. So
I don't mind it.
All right, let's move to the final segment and then get these guys out of here. And it is the topic of the day. And what is the topic of the day, dear?
We are talking about some blessings in 2020, which we all know. It's been a tough year, and a lot of sadness, I would say, frustration, disappointment, I think is really up there. Even depression, I feel like people have reacted to this all different ways.
Yeah.
So we don't hear a lot about the blessings of 2020 because people can just kind of tag that as just, worst year ever. However, for those of you who know us, we did have a huge blessing in 2020, and that was
huge.
The birth of our baby girl.
Oh, I thought you were going to say my birthday in July.
Oh, no. Yes. Okay. I love celebrating you too, but she was definitely the best thing that has come out of 2020.
For sure. And
so we have 2 boys. They're 7 and 8, and then a baby, which makes for a lot of fun funny things that come out of that.
Right.
So when she was newborn, first home from the hospital, I was, explaining to them, her belly button, because it, a little part will fall off from the umbilical cord.
Oh, babe. Why did you bring that
up? Because they were like, what is that? What's going on? And so I said, this is her umbilical cord, whatever.
Okay.
Anyway,
this is part of the blessings of...
Yes.
Okay, go
because ahead. Then Philip came in a little bit later, and he's like, hey, Mom, has her spinal cord fell off yet?
Oh, my goodness.
And
I forgot about this.
Yes.
I forgot about that. Was fun.
I was like, oh, dear, I really hope not, but yes, she still has her umbilical cord. Anyway, it's been fun.
Real quick, blessings. I would say youth group blessings. We didn't do a lot of activity because of COVID, but really saw some growth out of some of our teens. And you guys that are listening, I just want you to know I appreciate you so much. And last year, I know it was a tough year, but I know the Lord was teaching us a lot of things. And so I'm thankful for that growth, the maturity that I've seen. And then also the personal blessing. We finished our basement in 2020, project. And that was a big undertaking. I can say that if I would not have had a growth mindset, I would not have gotten through it. Yes. Needed to have a lot of patience and allow myself to learn and grow, and there were times I thought that we'd never get done with it. Thankful for the people the Lord put in my path to help in regards to the project. But big undertaking, but all glory to God, it's done, and now we can enjoy it. Some of you teenagers already have, as we've had you over. We look forward to many more fun times in the basement.
Huge blessing. So
that's it. Hey, our first edition of Everything in Between is in the books. I want to thank you guys for joining us on this Saturday. And if it's a blessing to you, go ahead and share it with some other folks who you think that it would be a blessing. Again, this is just a fun thing to share some things that are hopefully meaningful and random along the way. And we'll be back here in the Truth to You studios to do another episode here in the future. All right, so stay tuned, folks, and thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.